Hello and welcome. So I just wanted to, get on here and kind of do a little bit of a planner update. I have been in a planner slump lately, and it happened when I took my wallet out of my planner and decided to have an actual wallet in my purse. I didn't have a wallet in my planner, but I had something like this, where I just kept my cards, right? And I've always, not always done that, but for the past, I don't know, maybe 4 years, that's been what I've done. I love having my planner and my wallet together because I don't have a lot of cards, and it was just perfect. So since taking it out, I have been struggling. Normally I use a Nanami B6 Slim. This is A6 Stalogy, which I am absolutely loving. I've been in it since August, I believe, and I want to stay in it. I really, really, really love the size for right now. So I thought that I would just kind of go through it, kind of what I've come up with so far. I'm trying to not necessarily revamp my planner system, but just maybe adding things to it that I haven't before in the past to give me a reason to be in my planner. I love my planner. I love being in it daily, and it just feels like there's something lacking, and it probably is the whole wallet part. The issue, I can't actually flip through the front, but the issue that I had with having my cards and everything in the A6, I cannot find this, where did it go? I cannot find, right here. I can't find this in an A6 size. Normally I just tape it. Let me actually see if I can show the front. I can remove this. Okay. So I will show you. So in the front here, I had it taped here, the one that I was using. It was like this size. It wasn't the full length of my planner, which, it's not like a huge deal, but it is when I have one that fits into my Nanami B6 Slim. Perfect. Like, there's just a tiny little portion on the top and the bottom, but it fits perfect. And I don't even know where I found that one, but I have used the same one for my Nanami for like a couple years now. Oh, I hear my son. So anyways, I'm struggling over here. I'm really thinking about buying just multiples of those wallet inserts. I tend to buy the ones that are for ring planners because then I can just use the part where it goes into the rings to like tape it or glue it into my planner, and then I just take it out of every planner and I put it in the next one. So I'm thinking that that's what I'm probably going to do. I've looked multiple times on Etsy, and every one that I order that says is A6 size is way too big for this planner. And I love the B6 Slim from Nanami. I've never had a B6 Stalogy, so I'm not sure how much bigger it is in comparison. I mean, sure, I've seen videos on YouTube, but that doesn't really help me unless I have it physically in front of me. All right, so moving on. I have been in a purple and teal or purple and blue color kick for a while now, ever since August. I don't know why. I typically don't stick to one color for very long. I will say in November, this was my setup, and I did not like it. It did not work for me. These boxes were too tiny. I love the layout. I love how it looks. But functionally, it did not work for me. I did not use this the whole month. So I started this layout in September, I believe. So September, I used it a little. But towards the end of September, almost all of October, and almost all of November, it looks like this, where there's nothing written down. And I literally just went through and crossed off all of the days. It just, I don't know if there wasn't enough space. I don't know if it just reminded me of a Hobonichi Weeks, which I love the weeks. It's just not the planner for me. I want to love it. I've had 2 of them, and it is not the planner for me. I do not like having a layout already in place and then I use it. That's why I can't just buy planners from the store, because I need to be creative. I need to create my own layout, and I like it to change. I will say that I bought a Commit 30 and I'm a little nervous. It was on sale, so if I don't use it, I don't feel terrible. But I'm a little nervous because a Commit 30 is obviously, it's like a layout planner with my son. And so, yeah, I'm a little nervous with the Commit 30. However, I do love the way that I've seen others use the Commit 30. So I kind of want to try it as a form of memory keeping and habit tracking, if you will. So not necessarily a planner in the sense that I use my planners like this, but just, yes, memory keeping and habit tracking. And that could change. I'm not really sure. It just depends on if I like the Commit 30. So this is what I've been doing. I did not like the food log here, so I just completely removed that. That did not work for me to write down what I eat every day. I don't really care to keep track of that, I guess. I like the idea of it. Again, there's a lot of things that I like the idea of it, or I like that other people implement that into their planner. But then when I try it, I'm like, okay, this doesn't really work for me because I don't care to have this in my planner. In my Nanami, I had my weekly spread, and then on the next page I would have like another weekly spread the same exact way, but I would keep track of what I made for dinner or what I ate, or those sort of things. And that didn't, I loved going back and seeing what I made for dinner, but to keep it as a continual layout, I did not like that. So I am kind of back to my normal planning style. I will say that this layout definitely came from Monique at Monique Plans. She does a layout. One of her layouts, I think, is this or similar. But I absolutely love her videos. I love that she has a bunch of different collections, if you will, or just different parts of her planner. She puts a lot in her planner as far as what she likes to keep track of and use daily, and I draw a lot of inspiration from that. And I haven't quite found another planning style quite like hers, so I definitely watch a lot of her videos, and she inspires me to try a lot in my planner, and I love that, because I think sometimes when we lack motivation or inspiration, it's really good to watch other people's planner videos where they have different styles and layouts, or they're constantly changing. And the one thing I really appreciate about her videos too is that she doesn't use all planner kits. I don't even know if I've seen her use planner kits. I'm sure I have. I love that she's very like frugal in the sense that she prints out a lot of her tip-ins, and I love that. I don't have a printer, but I love that she does that, and she definitely, the way she just, okay, anyways, I digress. So, ever since I saw this on her video a while ago, I have loved this layout. This is, because I'm a list maker, this has worked wonders for me. I have changed it a little bit. I do have this color coordinated somewhat, like the yellow is always going to be household tasks that I do daily. I actually made a task list because after having my son, I was getting extremely overwhelmed with divvying up my time throughout the day on things that I needed to do. Like, yes, there's always going to be laundry and dishes and, you know, normal things, but I didn't know how to, I guess, organize that into a daily routine. And I'm very much a routine person. So this worked out great. And I don't remember exactly where I got this from. I want to say it came from like some emails that I signed up for a couple years ago where it talked about, you know, organizing your life in your house. And I'm not 100% positive on that though. So, I mean, I could have seen this somewhere else and I just don't remember. But this has worked great. Now, I will say that this is not an end-all be-all list. I do not follow this to the T. This just gives me a kind of a rough outline of what needs to be done today, should I need to get anything done around the house, as opposed to just looking at, you know, laundry and dishes or the bathroom needing to be picked up or cleaned, or and thinking, oh, what do I do today, or what did I do yesterday? And so I like having this. And this has worked great. I have obviously rearranged this to fit that day and, you know, what my schedule looks like. But this is just for me to go back and reference. Now, I don't know if I can find it. I did have, let me look. At one point, and I don't remember if I shared this in another video. I don't think I'm going to be able to find it. Anyways, I did have at one point in my planner, I had it to where I was just repeating the same thing for every week. And I was starting a section where I would have week 1 task, week 2 task, week 3, week 4. And then when I got to week 4, I was like, why am I doing this? I'm literally repeating the same thing every day for every week when I can just make one list. And so that's what I've done. And it's worked great. I love it. I love that I can just go back and reference it. I have a tab for bills, and then let me find my other, because I don't have it labeled. And the bills, you know, I started out with doing that as like, oh, this is what comes out this time of the month. But that changes too, you know, as I try subscriptions and cancel them and that sort of thing, other than like the main bills, you know, that you have every single month that fall on the same day, that didn't really work for me. I still have it there just to kind of reference should I need to. And I know my lighting is horrible. I don't have a lot of lights on right now, and it is what it is. It's early and my coffee is just kicking in. I'm gonna go get my son really quick in a minute. He just woke up from taking his morning nap. And so, yeah, the bills didn't really work. Then I was like, okay, well, let me do a daily to-do list, right? because I was like, I need maybe something to reference to do every day that I don't necessarily write down in my weekly section. So I did that, and then I literally wrote it down the one day, and I was like, well, this isn't really working for me because I write the same thing down here, and I'm definitely a repetitive person. I retain information that way. I learn that way. I love repetition. Obviously, I'm a routine person, and that didn't work for me because I felt like it just wasn't functional, I guess. And I write a lot of the same stuff here, and because I was writing it here, it was like, well, I don't really need that page. So I've just kind of left it. So then we get into, I did not check these pages before I started. So then we get into, well, let's go back and do, well, actually, I take that back. I need to go backwards. I'm sorry. I'm not very well organized this morning. So, okay, let me just go back to my layout. So my layout, this is what I have, and obviously it changes a little bit weekly. This is this week. This is what I have so far. I had to go through. So I was, as you can see, I was doing like calories, how much I walked, and then how much water I drank. Well, that didn't work for me because I'm not walking every day. I'm not counting my calories right now, and I'm not drinking water. I'm just drinking like the bubble water. I don't know why I'm in like a funk about drinking normal water. I will drink it. So I shouldn't say I'm not drinking it. I guess when I say I'm not drinking it, I'm not drinking like my daily amount that I should be drinking. I'm just drinking it, like sipping on it. And I don't know. I don't know why I'm struggling with that. Clearly, I needed to make it a little bit bigger so I would do it, but that didn't do anything. I think I drank water on like one of these days where I actually drank 60 ounces, and I was like, woo, look at me. I am doing all the things and adulting, but that didn't stay for very long. So this is my dilemma with future planning, is that I love future planning, but when I do things like this where I was like, oh, I'm actually going to do a daily goal where I meet it every single day. So I do plan on walking daily, or at least 3 times a week. So this is going to come back at some point in time. I just don't like that I wrote it. I want it to be tracked a different way. And I do have some like stickers to put down to show that I've walked, and I think I'm just going to kind of go back to using those because I've used them in the past and I really enjoyed it. I don't think I have any in here, but that is definitely what I'm going to be doing. I'm kind of logging my sleep. So obviously I've taken, like, my moods have been crazy, and my TMI, but I'm talking about it. My monthly cycles since being postpartum have been insane, and I am trying to keep track of it as much as possible. And so my moods the last 2 weeks actually, after my last cycle, have been a roller coaster. And so I was like, I'm pregnant. There's no way I'm not pregnant. Like, my emotions are crazy. So I'm not really sure what's going on. I don't know if it's just like a horrible episode of PMS or what, but I have like tested every single day almost, and every single pregnancy test I've even done digital is all negative. So they're starting to finally even out a little bit. It definitely was it was a lot for the last 2 weeks. And so yeah, I was like, there's no way I'm pregnant. These tests are lying to me. Like, I felt crazy. And for those of you who have kids, you know, when you're like pregnant, you think that you're pregnant, then you're not, then you are, then you're not, and then your period comes or it doesn't. And so it was just kind of like an emotional roller coaster for the last 2 weeks. And so yeah, oh my gosh, my monthly cycles have been different since having my son, and it is a huge learning curve because before I had them down. It was like, this is when I start every single month. This is when I ovulate. Like, my period tracker was on point. It was so accurate. It was insane. The only time it would ever fluctuate is if I drastically changed my diet and cut something out or added something in. And I have not done that in the last couple months. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a mystery. But anyways, so I went through and I ended up just covering that little area with these stickers. I did it for, nope, where did I do it? Is it this week? Yeah. Okay, so I did it for next week as well, because it just, I went through and I put whiteout on all of it, and then I'm like, well, that kind of looks gross, and I didn't like it, and so this is what we're doing. And then, okay, so back to this week. So still, you know, just kind of keeping track of everything. And like I said, I love, love, love this layout. I typically don't put washi on the top and the bottom on too many of my layouts. I mean, I have here and there, but like I said, I've been struggling with needing inspiration or having a reason to be in my planner. So the layout will probably stay the same because it works for me and I absolutely love it. And then, okay, so I talked about tasks and bills, and then I have, I guess that's what I was going to do. I was going to kind of flip forward. So this, I just put this sticker down. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to decorate this yet. And then here's kind of where it's changed a little bit. So I don't ever have anything to really separate the previous month to the next month, right? Like, it typically goes from December, then it'll go through all of my weeks, and then once that month comes to an end for my weekly spread, then this would have been like January's calendar. So I don't leave any room in between the last week of the prior month and then the calendar for the next month. But this time I wanted to have 2024 goals. So I'm not buying a new A6 because I still have all of this left, almost all of it. And I did not want to have a half empty or, you know, like 3/4 of it empty. And I just think that was like a waste. So I'm trying to figure out ways to use all of the pages that are in here. So I was like, okay, well, what can I do for 2024 since January is coming up? And I want to change how I do it just a little bit. So I decided that I might put my 2024 goals on here. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do every month has one thing, because I have a planner sticker from Shine Sticker Studio, and I did this in my previous video where it has all 12 months, and then you can just pick like a word or whatever you want. And I was going to use that as like my goal for 2024, just have like the goal for that month written in. I don't know if I like that yet. I'm still kind of figuring that out. So this part of my planner might be blank, it might be blank for just a little bit until I figure out if that's what I really want to commit to doing for this page specifically. I do know that I want to have this in here to separate the two, and then I was going to actually write down my monthly subscriptions. Because they're kind of changing, I think it would be good to write down what subscriptions I had that month, and then if I actually liked them and if I want to keep them or cancel them and try something different. I have my main subscriptions that I keep every single month, mostly sticker subscriptions, and those won't change unless I want to have different subscription within those sticker companies. So that's kind of what I have for the beginning of 2024. And then we go into, okay, did I want to have a currently, page? So do I want to do this for every single month? I'm not really sure. This is just kind of an idea. This is why I haven't even forward planned anything, because I do not want to start this and then get halfway through and I'm like, oh, I definitely do not love this. And I could also do it in pencil, so then that way I don't feel bad and I can like go back and use the pages for something else should I not like it. That's also an option. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do. I hear you. Just a minute, baby. So I want to get back into reading. I want to document my weight loss because I'm struggling right now with that. My eating is kind of all over the place. And I want to document like exercise, whether or not that's walking. I've decided that I'm going to commit to doing 30 minutes of exercise a day if I can every day. I really want to push myself to do that because it just is very beneficial for me in every single way, especially just mentally and emotionally, and I love it. And then I didn't know if I wanted to track food or intermittent fasting. I'm not really intermittent fasting. I'm not like hardcore intermittent fasting, I guess is what I should say. I'm just loosely doing it. Like I'll just stop eating, and then when I wake up the next day, I'll look at the clock and be like, okay, I'm hungry at this time. And then I'll say, well, nah, I don't really want to eat yet, so I'll just wait, and I'll kind of like push it out. And I will log like when I break my fast, but it's not, the typical, oh, I fasted for 17 hours and I ate for, 3 or whatever, however you want to do it. So that's kind of what I was thinking for here. I'm not really sure. I think I actually really like the reading, the exercise, and maybe the weight loss, because when I had my Hobonichi weeks, and I had their, what was it, a year at a glance? Is that what it was? Or a perpetual? I don't even know the difference, I guess, between a year. Oh, no, yes, I do. Well, wait, is the perpetual calendar the one where it's like the days for every single month during the year? Anyways, the one that they have in the front where it's like they have all the months up here and then they have all the days listed down here. I was keeping track of my weight when I would weigh myself and my exercise that way, and I really liked it. Actually, that's probably the main thing I miss from Hobonichi weeks, and I've even considered getting a Hobonichi just to use those 2 pages, but to me that's a waste. So this one would be like a monthly, this would be like, hello, January, and then it would just have like the month calendar, and then kind of like, I guess, the overview, which now that I'm thinking of it, it makes no sense to have this and then have this. But the reason why I was doing that is because this was going to be just like a check off, and then this was going to be like my December, where I would write things down, keep track of things. Like, again, I'm keeping track of my weight here. Don't know that I necessarily love that, but I'm just going to try it out for now. So that's what I was kind of thinking. I don't really know if I want both of these. I do need this, but I'm not really sure. And then obviously it's going to go into my weekly layout. And then whatever I like from this month, I'm obviously going to probably implement it for February and however many months further that it works for me. Okay. So we didn't see bills, but we did tasks. I have gratitude. I want to start gratitude again. I had it in my B6 Nanami. I loved it. I think I'm going to do this a little bit differently. In my B6 Slim, I was doing it where it was like, I would list out all these things I'm thankful for, and I would have 1 page for every day. That didn't work for me because I didn't fill up the whole page, and so I thought that was wasteful. So I think I'm just going to do this here. I'm just going to be like, okay, this is today's date. This is what I'm thankful for. This is today's date. This is what I'm thankful for. Again, this could probably change. And then I have Mom Life, where I'm going to be documenting sensory play that I do with my son. He is getting very bored with his toys, and I want to try to do more of a Montessori type style play with him. And so I've been looking up a lot of information on that. I do have a little bit of a background in teaching toddlers and preschool age, and so I'm familiar with a lot of things, but I also need some new fresh ideas. And then this will probably at some point when I start homeschooling morph into homeschooling. I also this is this is his morning routine. I am trying to hurry because I do want to go get him. Actually, I'm just gonna do that now, and I'm not pausing the video, so. All right. Let's put you in your chair. Woo! Put your leg in, baby. Okay, so I normally like to film my videos when he's sleeping, but it's okay. All right, so thinking about keeping track of sensory play, obviously the things that I try with him, maybe the things that he's learning, I guess, when he's young, not so much learning, but no, I guess it would be learning the things that I'm teaching him, or maybe, his likes and dislikes, that sort of thing. Because that will give me an idea of what to do, or maybe try, I guess I should say, once he gets to the age of actually homeschooling. So this is kind of just like a trial run. I'm not really sure if that's, what I'm going to commit to doing. And obviously I say that everything that I'm trying as far as like these little sections is going to be interchangeable. I'm going to be adding and taking things away from it. I think I want the mom life and homeschooling to be one, but that's in the future, and I don't really have to think about the homeschooling part of it yet, and I will revisit that when we get to that point. And then let me see what else I have in here, because I don't remember. I've been kind of just working on this morning. Oh, okay. So I do have like YouTube video ideas. So sometimes, and this is how my brain works, sometimes I will just have a moment where I'll be doing something and I won't have my planner with me, and I'll be like, wow, that's actually a really good idea. I should do this. And that just goes for everything, right? That goes for like my planners, what I want to do with my planners, or just whatever. It doesn't even have to be with my planner, but it just, things like that will come up and I'll be like, oh, I should do this, or oh, that's a good idea, I might try that. And I don't always write it down, and then if I don't write it down, I forget it, because it's literally just a thought, and I'll be like, oh, I like that, and then kind of move on with my day. And so I want to start writing it down as much as I can, because I like to go back and revisit these ideas. Also, I know I'm talking really fast because this video is already 33 minutes long, and I'm trying not to take forever in this video, and so that's why I'm talking kind of fast. But with my planners in the past, I have actually had really good ideas and did not write them down either in my phone or in my planner on a sticky note, wherever I was. And then I regretted it, because as I was setting it up, I'd be like, wow, what was it that I wanted to do? And I know I really wanted to do it and it would work for me. And then I just don't remember. So I'm very much list oriented. I love making a list, and then I love checking off that list. So that's kind of where this comes into play. I think I am going to use, and I don't think I have anything in here that's like sensitive information, but let me just double check, because you never know. Well, no, I don't have anything in here that's sensitive. Okay. So Nope, I don't. All right, so I have this little guy in the front. My thought with this was going to be, I was going to use this. Okay, so let me back up. When I was using this little Pocket TN a couple months ago, I had a book in the back of my Pocket TN for where I would collect any kind of stickers, and then I would place them in that little notebook. It was just another moleskin. And I actually really loved that. I loved it because my husband and I had a date night one night, and there was a label for a local company that had made their own like sodas and stuff, and you can actually peel the label off and keep it. And so I thought that was the coolest thing, and I wanted to start doing that. So I just have him. So I do a lot of snail mail and pen paling, and so I buy a lot of stamps, and this comes on all of the stamps for just like letters. And I thought, well, that's actually a pretty cool idea. I'm just going to take this one off and put it in my notebook so that I know which stamps that I've actually tried. And if I like them, then I like them. Or, because they all have like some kind of a cute little sticker. And I could probably take off this part where they, the barcode, but I don't know. And then so I've done the book of a month before in the past, and then I stopped doing it because there was a couple months actually several months, where they had books and they just weren't my style. And so I was like, well, I don't really want to pay for this monthly. And so I canceled it. But I kind of got back into it because I'm trying to rekindle my love for reading, and I'm struggle bussing. Anyways, so I just put that in there because they sent some stickers in the box. And so that's kind of the plan for this notebook. Now, I do know that there are a ton of pages in here for this tiny little thing, and I don't know that I'm going to use all of them for it, but for right now, this is what I'm planning on doing. And then I have this one, which I was using this as a like mini planner, if you will. I heard a weird noise outside. So I was using this as a mini planner, and I made out the calendars in the front for the months, and then I was just setting it up like this. Now, I will say that I'm probably not going to keep doing this because I don't like having two planners like this. I like only having one planner. I don't like being in multiple planners. It's too much for me. I like having all of my stuff in one place. So I just kind of set this up because I was like, well, what do I need to do in here to make this to where I'll use it? And I was like, oh, I know, I'll just add washi. And I mean, as you can tell, I haven't really wrote anything for these 2 days, and I probably won't. So I think this might be more of a list, or if I have an idea or something, then I can just write it down and then go back and take it from here and put it into my planner. So kind of, like I guess a on-the-go inbox, if you will. And then this one is kind of like the same idea, except I was thinking about using this for like a grocery list when I need to go to the store, and I can just write down what kind of groceries I need to get that day and what store I need to go to, where they're at, that sort of thing. So I don't know that obviously this is going to be what I keep, but I do take both of these with me, and I have thought about putting my wallet back in here, but I don't like that because I just really don't want to use this as my wallet right now because my planner's not in it. I love having my wallet with my planner as an EDC, and that's just this one is not what I want. Even though I love the idea of it and it was great when I did it for a couple months, it's just not what I want. All right, so I am going to end this because it's now 40 minutes, and I just wanted to get on here and talk about my planning system. This is not my idea. This did come from another YouTuber, and I don't remember who it was, but she had like this printout or a sticker from some Etsy shop. So this is not, but I just thought that was cool. It was like, it's like the pyramid of use what you have, borrow, swap, thrift, make, and then buy. The last thing you do is buy. So I was like, oh, I actually need to put that in my planners because I have so much stuff that I just don't use because I'll just be like, oh, somebody used this and they said they loved it. Let me try it. And so I really want to try to work on that for 2024 and just use what I have in my stash. But anyways, I will see y'all later. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know if you have any ideas or tips or tricks or suggestions that you can share for planning systems or styles, or maybe like frugal things that you do for your planners. Please leave them down in the comments. I am all about trying new things in my planner, or just, learning new things about the planning system because it's ever changing for everybody. So I hope you all like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.